I'm like Mr. Rogers meets Black Thought. Shouldn't have made it, I'm a blindfolded half-court shot. I've been equated to the GOAT, but I'd rather be known as a sheep. Cause the greatest of all time is not allowed to be weak, and I'm lame. I make my best art when I'm lying in pain. I missed the mark but never took the time to aim. We all want the world to change. Instead of changing ourselves, man, that's all a game, ain't it? I should start with the man in the mirror, right? And handle it down to all my little children, like being a blessing to people that irk you, or looking out for people who try and hurt you. It's easier to love the people in your circle. I'd rather be around the ones that help me keep my curfew. So when the sun sets on my life, I hope the people around me feel like that I love them right.
Family, what's good with y'all? I hope all is well. I'm just checking in. Wanted to check in before the sun goes down. Grand evening to all. Grand evening to you guys. You know who this is. It's your global auntie Ocean, or your sister, or your global cousin. Either way, I'm your extended family. It don't matter if you in Ecuador. It don't matter if you in the Bahamas. It don't matter if you in Canada or you in Hawaii. When me and you connect through this screen, I'm in your backyard. I'm with you. I'm right there. And I just wanted to check in to reconnect with you guys. I'm not wearing my wrap today. This morning I woke up and I washed my hair. And I said, you know what? Today I'm going to wear my crown. I'm wearing my crown today. It feels so good to wear my crown. I ain't wear no hair hat. Snatch that thing off. I don't want to hear no nothing on my head. Just hotness. Just let me wear my crown today. I got this theory. I don't know if there's any scientific facts behind it, but this is my theory. My hair, I feel like my hair, there's a story in the Bible called Samson and Delilah. And Samson is a man who had long dreads, and they were threatened by him. And they would try to cut his, I don't know if they try to cut his dreads off. And the moment when they cut his hair, he became weak. I look at my hair as like antennae, like connection receptors. I feel like when I'm in the sun, I feel like I'm getting massive amounts of like universal intelligence is connecting with me. For some reason, like I said, if I explain this to anybody else, they're going to probably think I'm crazy. But it's a theory in my head, so whatever, I'm going with it. I feel like my hair is like antennae. And when I'm in the sun, I feel like the higher power is sending me so much messages through my hair. You know? So I love to wear my hair out. And this was the day I said, you know what? It's beautiful outside. I'm not going to wear a wrap. I'm just going to wear my hair out because this is my crown. This is my crown. It's beautiful. It's natural. It came out of my hair, my head this way. If it was meant to come out of my hair any other way, it would. But it didn't. So I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to love it, and I'm going to care for it, and I'm going to rock it. But anyway, I just wanted to say hi to you guys. You know what's crazy? I was a CNA. I don't want to say I was a CNA. We have to like really watch what it is that we say. I'm not a CNA. I work as a CNA. That's not who I am. Nothing that what we do does not define us. Even your occupation, that's something you do. That's not something you are. We have to watch that. The name that my mother gave me, that's not who I am. That's the name, that's the title she gave me. I work as a CNA. I haven't been working in a few months since this COVID thing went down. But when I used to go to work, right, I would always have my hair wrapped up. I have so many scarves, and I will wrap my hair up in all different kind of ways. And my residents would ask me, and their family members would ask me, "Are you Muslim? Why do you wear that on your hair?" And I just feel as if I feel like I was protecting my shrine. This is my hair. This is my hair, right? You know how when people say, "I don't want you touching my hair," don't touch a black person's hair. We have the right to feel that way. You shouldn't be touching my hair. But at the end of the day, there's more behind it. People's hands have drawn so much energy in their hands. So the way I look at my hair as powerful, I feel like my hair is very powerful. And I feel like if anybody were to touch my hair, I feel like they're tainting my hair. Because even behind a smile, I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know what your vibes are, and I don't know how you feel about me. I don't know the energy that you're carrying in your hands. Hands are so powerful. I don't even let family members touch my hair. Energies are very contagious. Don't touch my hair, don't come nowhere around it. So working in the science, in the medical field as a CNA, I will be coming in contact with all types of people. All types of people. People I don't know. New residents coming in and out. I will build bond relationships. They leave, they come, they go. And I would just wrap my hair. Because I would just feel as if I'm going into this place, all these energies, there's people dying left and right around me. I'm walking around. I feel like I got to protect my hair. So I always have my hair protected. I always think about how it is where we have to talk to our children. How do we break it down for them to understand racism, right? Because it's a very touchy subject, but you don't want to be, I know parents will be they're not transparent. And I think it's because they're trying to protect their children, but I don't like to sugarcoat anything too much because I want to be upfront to my son about certain things. And I feel like if we aren't first to introduce them to certain things, other people will, and it will come off a different way. So you never understand racism until, you could see racism going on around you, but until you experience it personally, then you're like, oh shit. So there was a time at my job, there was a man, he was like higher up. He was like a boss or some shit. He's not there now, but I remember there was a time he said to me, I had my hair wrap on, and he said to me, you remind me of my hero. And I was like, who's your hero? He said, oh no, when you wear that hair wrap, you remind me of my hero. I said, okay, so who's your hero? And he said, Aunt Jemima. Now, it went over my head because I'm like, Aunt Jemima, I heard that name before. It's that lady on the pancake box. But through my whole shift, I was thinking, like, why would this nigga say this shit to me, right? So I go home, because I'm telling you, it was on my mind through the whole shift. Like, his hero, what makes her so heroic? I went home, I did a little research. And he's talking about a lady who was, like, basically a plantation worker, a housemaid back in slavery times. And then it clicked to me. I was like, wow, this nigga just said some blatant racist shit to me. It was so crazy to me, like, I just couldn't believe it. But like I said, when it was said to me, normally when you understand what's going on and something's said to you, you react fast. But because I didn't know what he was talking about, I didn't really react the way I would have known if I had more information or what he was trying to say to me. I was like, wow, I really experienced my first interaction of racism, and it happened to be with my boss. And I was just like, yo, this is really crazy. These people are blatantly disrespectful. But that ain't fazing me. I was bothered by it. Once I found out what he was saying to me. But I say that to say this. People are really, we are a misunderstood people. And people are so very disrespectful, and they feel like, they can be openly disrespectful. And when we react a certain way, like, this man is trying to get me to react. See, because he's so much older than me, he probably knew by saying that to me, this girl wouldn't understand. I'm only 28 years young. So This is a grown-ass man saying this to me. I feel like, nigga, you know, when I figured out what he was saying to me, like, you know what you was trying to say. You knew what you were trying to say. This was not your fucking hero. You're talking about a slave worker was your hero. So disrespectful. They are really out here. There's really blatant racism. When I go to the park with my son to allow him to play, if my son didn't call me, if he didn't address me as mommy and he just called me Ocean, people would think I'm his sister, because I'm a very small person. I've always been small. I always had a petite frame. I've never been no heavier than 115 pounds unless I was pregnant. So I'm short and I'm small and I just look like a little kid. And I often play with my son while he's on the playground, because it's just like, you don't know who these other children are, and you have to watch your children around other people's children, because you don't know what these children are being exposed to and what they may expose your child to. And it's not that I would like to protect my child from that as much as possible, but at the same time, like I said, transparency is very key. As a parent, it's your job to be it's your job to hold yourself accountable, to prepare your children for what is to come. You know, they're going to experience kids saying certain things to them, and it might hit different if they don't know how to react or how to respond. So yeah, I have a lot of very open-ended conversations with my son. I allow him to ask me questions about certain things, and I don't sugarcoat anything to teach them. The information that you lacked in providing for them, somebody else will do it, and it might come off very wrong, or it you know, children are so impressionable and they're so innocent, so certain things they don't know how to react and they don't know what to respond to. And I'm telling you, no, everybody who wears a smile don't like you. The children might like you, but you don't know how their parents feel about you. So I've been like, you know, I play with my son. I'm a big ass kid when I'm at the playground with him. I stay close to him. I want to hear what these conversations is like amongst the children. I'm not one of those parents who are just going to sit there on my phone and watch the kids that just play around and do whatever they want. Nah, I'm right there. And I think it's very important that we get in tune to, and with everything, even the cartoons that they watch on TV, we need to be monitoring that, because I even be seeing some stuff like, you know, let kids be kids. I don't want nobody, I try to control what is exposed to my son. He's very young. He's about to be 6 years old. But there's kids who are older than him that they can get on a computer. They can go on YouTube and look at certain stuff. They have cell phones. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 21 years old. No, I lied. 20 years old. But there's kids. My son's asking for a cell phone. I'm like, wow, look at you. Look at the world we got now. We got children with cell phones now. And they're exposed to everything. They have access to everything. And right now, ain't no regular YouTube in my house. My son's TV is kids YouTube. Ain't no music videos. My son listen to Kids Bop. Fucking wow, excuse my French. I'm swearing a lot. Sorry for the profanity. Anyway, there's certain cartoons. I mean, I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody. What you do is your business. I don't want my child exposed to none of that, especially at a young age. But I do talk to him. I tell him, listen, this is your private parts. This is your private parts, your front parts and your back parts. Those are your private parts. Your mouth is part of your private parts. You don't let nobody violate you. You don't let nobody get too close to you. I tell him, I talk to him all the time. I said, listen, when I grew up and my friends grew up, there would be stuff that happened to us, and we would be scared to tell our parents certain things because our parents will say, our parents didn't have our back. There's some good parents that did protect their children, but there's a lot of parents who just wasn't on point. And you would tell them certain things and they'd be like, oh, you're lying. Or what was you doing? Or you was fast. Nah, a child is always a victim to me. A child is always going to be a victim to me. Grown-ups know what they do. They know when they're out of order. And I let my son know when a violation is about to happen. If somebody do this, they're violating you. And if anything happens, I want you to tell me. And I want you to tell your father. And I don't want you to be afraid. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a family member. Because people who do stuff to you, it's going to be the people you know. I know people personally who got taken advantage of by their family members, and they just, it's a secret. And they grow up and they're angry and they're traumatically, they're just not there. They'll never function the same. So I tell my son, if anybody violates you, please just have an open dialogue with me. Let's talk about it. If anything's bothering you, let's talk about it. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm not going to punish you. Because that's the thing. Our parents will, and then it's just like this. When the kids talk to you, when they become vulnerable and they open themselves up to you and they talk to you, that's supposed to be confidential. Trust is very key. If a kid feel like they can't trust you, they'll never tell you nothing ever again. And there's too many of us will go through something, or our children will come to us about something, and then your mother's friend and her best friend and sister and auntie, all of these people know the business, and it's just like, no, everybody shouldn't know. If my son tell me something, his aunt ain't gonna know about it. It's not her business. I need my son to know that he can trust me when he's being vulnerable, when he's having open dialogue with me, because I need my son to know that he can trust me. I need my son to know that he can trust me and that I'm going to have his back and I'm going to protect him. There's so many things that go on in the household and you just don't feel like you have anybody to go to. So these kids, they just keep the shit to themselves, and it's messing with them mentally, emotionally, psychologically, in every way you can think of. If they've been physically abused, somebody's touching on them. Man. And it's just like, you know what? We protect our daughters as we should. But the same thing that happens to our daughters is happening to our sons. We got to watch everybody around us. We got to stop taking these people for granted. We just got to stop taking these relationships, these titles for granted. I don't care if it's auntie or uncle. People are weird. People, hurt people hurt people. When people go through stuff, sometimes when they go through stuff, it's so traumatic that when they're hurting somebody, they don't know no better. They just keep the cycle going because they think that's a normal thing. It's not normal. We have to get in tune. We have to get in tune with our surroundings, the people that we have around us. And I just felt like, I know I was kind of all over the place with this, but it's on my mind. And I just feel like, yeah. Conversation is necessary. It's very necessary. And we need to be stronger. We need to be stronger. And when I say be stronger, I'm not talking about the physicality of our bodies. I'm not talking about our muscles. I'm not talking about our six packs. I'm not talking about our legs and our strength. I'm talking about, I am talking about a muscle, but I'm not talking about that muscle per se. I'm talking about the muscle in our head, the muscle in our cranium, our brain. We have to be mentally strong, because with mental strength comes clarity. And there's so many of us who are just, our pineal gland is fogged up. Our third eye, we looking with these eyes, and this one is so blared. This is supposed to be our backup, and people can't even see. They can't even see. And we need to start seeing past these illusions and seeing past these smiles and these people. We can't trust everybody around us. We gotta watch these people. But like I said, I'm going to catch up with y'all soon. Again, I hope your day was everything. I hope y'all got some important things done today that's going to make tomorrow easier for you. Every little thing counts. Do a little bit of something. Your work don't go unnoticed, baby. It don't go unnoticed. Don't try to tackle too many things at once. Multitasking, nah. I mean, I know you want to be the jack of all trades and do everything. Don't do that. Do a little bit at a time and you're going to get where you got to go. A little bit a day. Start writing your stuff down. Start writing your goals down. And you're going to get where you got to go. We got to take it serious out here. We got to take everything serious. It's not a game. It's not a joke. Racism is real. We don't know these people. And we have to watch everybody around us. Everybody. The people we sleep with. The people we lay down with. You bringing strangers home to your kids. Gotta be very careful, because if some shit go left, you're gonna be held accountable and you're gonna be the one crying, and your cries don't mean shit after the damage is already done. You really need to take that serious. I love you all, and I'm gonna catch up with y'all soon. Alright? Y'all be easy. Mwah.
Hello, neighbor, how are you? Really wanna shower you with love. Hello, neighbor, how are you? Really wanna challenge you to love.